All right. So here it is. It's 11:15 p.m. It's still 2024. We're 45 minutes away from 2025. Wow, who would have thought? 2025. It's the future. Welcome to a brave new world, right, Phoenix? Phoenix, he's with his birds here. Come on. Here. There you go. Okay. So, I like this program. It shows you the whole world, weather patterns everywhere. Don't plan on traveling anytime soon, but it was useful when I went to Indonesia over a year ago. And so, time. All right. Bringing in a new year, it means time. All right. So, hey you. Hey you. Hey you. Hey you. Yep. Phoenix just turned 1. Its hatch date was December 18th. I'm going to be 61 in 2 weeks. 61. Wow, there's 60 years between us. But he's going to outlive me. And I remember doing that painting when I was 22 years old. Doesn't seem like that long ago. And I did that one, Lake Louise, for my mom. That was when I was 14, with me and my mom and stepdad at Lake Louise. That would have been 1979, maybe, when we had a motor. We had a motorhome. Before that, we had a converted school bus. And I did this from a placemat, and I want to sell these paintings. I'm purging, so I'm not prepared to sell this for anything less than $1,000. But nobody has any money, and these are all my favorite movies that I have yet to watch. Twilight Zones, complete collection from the 60s, black and white. Outer Limits was good. Bionic Woman, $6 Million Man. Forest Rangers, Invisible Man, Hawaii Five-0. Dirty Harry, classic westerns. All in the Family, Dane Cook, Johnny Carson. The old Supermans from the late 50s. Space 1999 was cheesy. In the 70s, they thought we'd be going to the moon and in the 90s, and I don't think so. We're still not even there. And I remember my mom's parents, they had something similar to this. It was an artificial fireplace. So, yeah, I'm into frogs. And this is me in Costa Rica 3 years ago when I surfed for the first time. That was fun. This was me in Indonesia almost 2 years ago. And I even rode the sea turtle. And they're spiritual. Sea turtles are spiritual. And they weren't afraid of me. No, they let me pull. They pulled me through the ocean. That was fun. I even touched manta rays. You're never too old, but yeah, Zoltar speaks, and then what does this say? Let go of what you cannot control and focus on what you can. That's like Desiderata. And this is an actual rock piece from K2. Supposed to give you luck. K2 crystal from Pakistan. granite and azurite. Balances earthly experience with higher consciousness, allows to go deeper in spirit, whilst being grounded to earth. Yeah. Second highest mountain in the world. I remember buying that in Okotoks, I don't know, over 10 years ago. So, and I don't know what to watch, but this is one of my favorite movies. Kurt Russell, I used to watch these Walt Disney movies in the 70s. A Christmas Story, that's always a hit. I was going to do that at Christmas, but I haven't yet. Sliders, that was good in the 90s. Iron Man 3, that's ultra high definition, so I haven't finished that either, but I still have to do this one. The American President, looks interesting. Michael Douglas and Annette Bening. I'm halfway through it on VHS, and I still got my VHS machine. I bought it in 1995, and it still works great. So between VHS and DVD, CD, cassette, and then you get synthesizer, you got harmonica, and going back in time, we used to sit around the dinner table and listen to James Last, and we had nice meals at the table when families used to sit together around the table, and then we'd have dark chocolate for dessert. And I've been listening to Tchaikovsky. He was a great composer. And I bought this for 50 cents the other day at the secondhand store, and I like Swan Lake. So, yeah. That was the last time I saw my children. When I went through Mount Robson on the Alberta-BC border and climbed halfway up there and then continued to Edmonton and Calgary. So that was either 2 or 3 years ago. What's 2 or 3 years? Nothing. What's 20 years? In 1967 or 68, I used to do pencil crayons with my grandmother. So I was going to try that. And there's the old oil pastels. I did that. So I'm just getting this out of the way because it looks like I got company tomorrow. And this is the Leveringtons. That's my great grandmother. She's my dad's mother's mother. And that's her parents and her father. So that's going back to the early 80s. Yeah, time. Right. My grandfather Clark, he used to grow a lot of rye. He did good. He said, "Look at the beards on that rye." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "What do they use rye for?" And he said, "Making whiskey." I said, "What's whiskey?" He said, "Oh, they make rye bread too." So, I guess I'm Birdman. Right, Phoenix? Right? I got you to talk. Say, "Hey you. Hey you." I've been to Fiji. I've been to Tahiti. I was never rich. I've never been to Australia. I've been here. I've been to these islands. I saw Hiroshima from the airplane. Never been to Europe. The only place I'd ever want to go in Europe would be around here. Morocco would be nice. Oh, water temperatures. Yeah. I think Trujillo was in Honduras. You're on top of the world. You're on top of the world. You're on top of the world. Where do you want to go? Huh? Well, I don't know. Everything was fine 4 years ago before the pandemic broke out. Now everywhere is nuts. I got these flowers for free from the manager of that store because I told him my flowers went dead in 3 days. I bought those for Phoenix. So he gave me these for free, and then I gave half of those to Harvey at a second-hand store because I didn't need them all. So I'd give these to your wife. Yeah, we're all falling out of the bus. We all scratch our heads. Phoenix does. Which way's west? Woodward's. That's where we used to go back in the 60s and 70s. It was the Woodward store. And this is a nickel I got from the Calgary Stampede in 1973. That wasn't that long ago. I guess it was. And everybody wore cufflinks. These are cufflinks that I got from my dad in the 60s. And this is centennial stuff. Indonesian money. Indonesian, Tahiti, Taiwan. Oh well. You know what? I don't need any of this stuff. Who wants it? I don't know. This is Fijian money. 1995, Fiji. Got married there. Money from England. Don't know how I got that. I must have. It's been left over from my ex-wife. Stamp album. Yep. Look at all the stamps I've got from around the world. I've always wanted to go to Ecuador, but no. Can't afford it, and there's too much political unrest. Here's Canada. These are the stamps I remember growing up, when Queen Elizabeth was young. Now, these are the stamps that my parents probably grew up with. Stamps that my grandparents grew up with. Queen Victoria. Yeah. Well, that's what you did. In the 70s, we all collected stamps. This is a neat thing I got at a antique place in Barrier a few years ago for the bird wall. And this is all centennial stuff. This is from 1967, when I was 3. 1967, mint set coins, all silver. They don't do that anymore. And my grandmother Clark, she gave me this. The one I was just about to color with pencil crayons. She gave me this. From 67, when Canada was 100 years old, the centennial. Yeah, this is all worth money. But no one's gonna buy it because no one has money anymore. So I'm going to do an eggnog tomorrow. Mix up an eggnog with nutmeg, just like the way Mom used to do it. And oh, this is great juice. It's got everything in here. Look at all the different fruits. And I bought it for just over $1. I just only buy things on sale. And I got a Cornish game hen on sale. I got lobster tails on sale. So after that, it's just macaroni and cheese. And there's sweet potatoes. And I think I bought that lime for 20 cents. That would go good on the anything. And I got a pumpkin pie. I hadn't had pumpkin pie in 20 years. 50% off. I'm like, okay, for $3, I'm gonna buy a pumpkin pie. So, and these are terrible. These oat husk pillows. You heat them up in the microwave and they're hot, maybe for 3 minutes, and then they go cold again. So I got this cold pack. This is a lot better. My mom gave me some of these a few years ago, but they all leaked. So, and the hot water bottles all leaked. So forget about the hot water bottles. There was Island Lake, and that lodge burnt down to the ground back in the late 60s, but still got the plate. And that's my hand from 1970. That's my actual hand from 1970 that I did in play school. And Grandma Clark did the kittens, and my mother did the book. SOYL. Me and my dad did the Batmobile. I got these from a friend to put together, so I put them together, but yeah, some people are artsy, other people don't give a crap. But I redid this. I had one back in 1969 or 1970, but I did it again. And my dad said, I asked my dad, if you could have any car you wanted, what would you get? And he said a 69 Camaro, so I built one. There's me in a few years. Maybe next year. Yeah. There's my side, then there's her side, and then there's the right side. Whatever that means. It's been quite a year. Can't explain that. The head of the physics division at the university was shocked too. And I wasn't the only one who saw it. September 20th. Yeah. So. Yeah. That doesn't seem like that long ago either. We always sat in that love seat next to the window in Edmonton. Well, that would have been late 80s. So I was just about to put away these paints because I need this table for tomorrow. And I remember this. Johnson's baby powder. My mom used to use that on me. I remember that too. I got a good long-term memory, but ask me what I had for supper yesterday and I couldn't tell you. So I'm gonna get these out of the way. You want to do this with me, Phoenix? Oh, we got 25 minutes till midnight. We got to find a channel. This Gorgonzola cheese is great. It's my favorite cheese, Gorgonzola. I like old cheddar and Gorgonzola. That's my favorites. So stick a licorice root in my eggnog tomorrow. Natural licorice. Does anybody know what A&W stands for? I do. I used to work for A&W and KFC and Shakey's Pizza and McDonald's. But I had some good jobs too. Worked for the government, worked for banks, but there were times I had to do what I had to do. I got 3 diplomas and I can't find work here. It's insane. Watch the YouTubes. I know what's going on in this country. I know what's going on. And Nana said, don't ever get rid of this. This is from 150 years ago, handcrafted in Germany. She said this will be worth money someday. Pretty cool. There's no metal in here, levers, it's just wood. Somebody knew what they were doing. Handcrafted in Germany. This is probably from 2,000 years ago. It's a pick from the ancient Indians I found in Kananaskis on the BC-Alberta border. They used to climb to the top of the mountains to look for buffalo. So this is probably 2,000 years old. I just took a rest, climbed to the top of the mountain, and I found this. This is the bullshit grinder my Uncle Paul made. He died of brain cancer. What a way to go. He was a good guy. Yeah, Jillian was four? Yeah, we were driving back from Vancouver when we went to Maui. We went to Maui and Jillian was 4 and they were playing games and he was gone a month later. I liked Uncle Paul. I would have liked to have a life like his in Winfield. Cherry trees and boating and fishing. He had it made. Yeah. Yeah. My Nana lived to be 98. He only lived to be 80 with his cancer. Brother and sister. There's my sister. And my Bill. Matthew and Sarah. I don't know. I think I'm going to be there soon. But I don't like to think like that. I like to think like this. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I couldn't change, and the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And that applies to everybody on Mother Earth. So, we got 20 more minutes till midnight. It's still 2024. I got these paintings really cheap, $50 each. They had paintings selling for $100,000 there in Valley. Hey, you're saying hey you. You're saying hey you. Yeah. Well, we got a few movies to finish here and play some more solitaire. Dad likes solitaire and Mom likes word seek. Well, anyways, this video is getting too long, so happy 2025 for me and Phoenix. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. The Beverly Hillbillies. I don't know much on the harmonica. Maybe Harvey can teach me more. He's a good guy. He's 80. So, yeah. All right. Sorry for taking up your time. Nobody seems to have the time anymore. If you've lasted this long, I've commended you.